Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and welcome to, once again, the good old-fashioned whiteboard videos. So I haven't done this in quite some time with the good old whiteboard here. And in this video, we're going to be talking about living from the inside, slowly dissolving the ego. I wanted to do this video as a follow-up to the BCR Technique 30-day challenge, to the cord removal healing 10-day challenge, and you can find both of those playlists through the links below in the video description. So look into the BCR Technique, look into the cord removal healing. So this is going to touch base with that in a certain way, and it's also going to be its own standalone video to helping you working together with living from the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just drawing this simple two-column reference here, because what we want to do each and every single day for all those of us who are committed and wanting to completely eliminate the throbbing presence of the ego, we want to work together in looking at both our challenges and our triumphs. These are both very important. Now, when you're doing something like the BCR technique, maybe you're just getting started, or maybe you haven't even started at all, or maybe you're close to the end of the 30 days. What you're noticing as you're doing the BCR technique is the simplicity of the breath work, how simple it is for you to go into calmness as you're going into the subtle state of being, which just represents that low idle, subtle calmness state, and then moving into reinforcement, which is just going into your mind space and creating a paradise, a sanctuary, an oasis, your heaven, and just indulging in everything that represents the love energy that's there. You're present with that space. That therefore engulfs so much love within yourself. You feel that love energy coming into yourself. It's filling up the cells. And now with all of that beautiful love energy within yourself, you're speaking to the love energy like a person, and you're telling it what you want it to do. If I have a headache, clear away the headache. If I've been going through some stress pertaining to work, clear away the stress pertaining to my work, etc. But we're also getting into a very simple habit here. We're getting into the habit of eliminating habits. And that's the best way I can put it. So just by having a notebook, right? Your notebook, your notepad, your tablet, your phone, whatever you're using that's keeping track of your day. This is what we need to do if you're following along in this video. So we just go throughout our day and we just start noticing any challenges that come into our mind. Well, Brad, could you be more specific about what you mean by challenges? What would qualify as a challenge? The challenge is anything that takes us out of peace. That's the easiest way to put it. When you're looking at a challenge, it is something that is taking you out of your peace. It is something that makes you uncomfortable. It's something that disturbs you. It's something that's unsettling. And it can be something small, or it could be something gigantic. Nonetheless, or it could be in between that as well too. Nonetheless, it's something that's taking you out of your peace. Something that is just coming up into your awareness, and you say, I don't like this. I really don't like this feeling. I don't like this situation that has arisen. Then that's what we need to look at. Okay? So if I'm just getting into the habit of notating these things that are challenging to me, and maybe as I finish the day, I got 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 things that represent these challenges, okay? I stubbed my toe. And it's something just like this. Stubbed toe. Because I'll remember that when I reflect on it later. Okay, argued with coworker. Okay, I just keep it brief. I don't need to write a gigantic novel about these things. I argued with a coworker. Okay, someone cut me off in traffic. Okay, I was cut off. Cut off in traffic. Okay, what else? I went without breakfast this morning because I was in such a hurry. Okay, so I was in a hurry. No breakfast. Okay, the spouse and I argued. Okay, so argued with spouse. I watched a news report about agendas and it made me angry. Okay, angry with news. It goes on and on. I would need to get like 20 of these boards and just start writing down all of these challenges. It can be things just as simple as this. I stubbed my toe. I argued with my coworker. I was cut off in traffic. I was in a hurry this morning. I couldn't have breakfast and that made me feel irritable. I argued with my spouse. I was angry what I saw on the news this morning, etc., etc., etc. These are all challenges. And that's all we're doing. We're just doing simple point form and we're writing these things down. But we now go to the other column because this column is just as important. We're looking at our triumphs. Okay? Things that make you feel good. Something that just brings a smile to your face. Something that makes you laugh. Something that makes you chuckle. Something that just gives you that real feel-good-like feeling. Okay? So I saw a cute dog today. Saw a cute dog. And I went, aw, great. That deserves to be on your triumphs list. Okay? I was able to say hello to my neighbor this morning, which I never do. Hello to my neighbor. Okay, I did the laundry today, which I never do. Maybe I do it once every 2 weeks, who knows? I did the laundry. Okay, I sung, my favorite song was on the radio. Fave song. On radio. I found something that I thought was lost and now I have it. Great. These again just go on and on. Your triumphs go on and on. So like I said, both of these are important. We have to know our challenges because now we have something to work with. And now we have our triumphs because our triumphs are the reinforcements. Okay? It is our love energy, reinforcement. Right? Here's our exclamation marks that represent the challenges. And here's our love energy that represents the triumphs. So we continue to write down simple triumphs. I helped an old lady across the street. I was able to get a free snack at my favorite restaurant, whatever it may be, okay? Just simple triumphs, simple things. The most important thing we're doing is we're catching these things. We're catching the challenges. We catch when we're challenged. We catch when we have a triumph, okay? So let's say we got quite a few things here on the list now. I got a few challenges here. I got quite a few triumphs. Great. So here's what I'm going to do first. I'm not going to worry about this because that's just the nature of the challenges, taking us out of our piece. Okay, so my stubbed toe. Okay, it's 5 minutes later and I stubbed my toe. Oh, geez, I stubbed my toe on the desk as soon as I walked by. Oh, well, but it's okay. I'm writing things down, right? I have my list of triumphs here, okay? I remember that morning when I saw that really cute dog. He was smiling at me. Yeah, that feels good. Okay. I remember I said hello to my neighbor. He was saying hi back to me. That was nice. I did the laundry yesterday. Oh my God, that was really, really good, right? My best friend said hello to me this morning. I got a really nice phone call this morning and just wishing me well on my new job. My favorite song was on the radio. Am I still feeling bad about my stub toe? So all I'm doing is I'm going down my triumphs list. And this triumphs list could be something that maybe you have a day or 2 days or 3 days or 4 days worth of triumphs. And you're just rating it down point form. Am I still concerned about my stub toe? No, not anymore. I'm seeing all my triumphs and I'm reading them out to myself and I feel good. I feel good. I'm clearing away that feeling of the stub toe. There it is. That challenge is gone. Now I move down to the next challenge. I argued with my coworker, right? We were fighting over whose business plan was better. Okay, and we got into a bit of a heated argument and I was getting angry. Okay, so yes, I have that. Now I look at my triumphs list again. I look at my triumphs. I keep looking at them. I keep running them down, either out loud or in my mind. Am I still angry about my argument with my coworker? Well, it's gone down quite a bit. It's still a little bit there. Okay, that's no problem. So if my triumphs are not being good enough, I'm going to create another triumph. This triumph is going to be about the opposite with arguing with a coworker. Was there ever a point in my life where I felt I got along with a coworker and it was a very positive experience? Oh yeah. There's times where we celebrated, we grabbed a beer together and we were chatting because we did such a good job together and I had such a wonderful time working with this person and we helped each other through our careers. There you go. I got help from an old coworker. Right? So this is coming up from memory. And it will work well regarding this. I argued with a coworker, but I remember the time when I had help from a good coworker and it made me feel so happy. Okay? And that was the boost I needed to clear this away. I no longer care that I was arguing with a coworker. In fact, I just go back the next day and I just apologize. It's no problem. It's completely rolled off my back. Great. I got cut off in traffic. I do the same thing. I go down to my triumphs. If I've read out my entire triumphs list and it's still there a little bit, now I want to focus on the opposite. Okay? How about when a person let me in? Okay? They let me in to busy traffic. Okay? Let me into busy traffic. I'm looking back at that. I reflect that. I was thanking the person that did that. I feel good now. I feel okay. I'm clearing that out. So I just keep going down the list. If I have a list of challenges, I should really have even more triumphs. That's the goal, right? If we have 10 challenges, we want to try and rack up at least 20 triumphs. Okay? This is what we're doing to diminish the ego through challenges, because we always know that there are triumphs. We're always reinforcing ourselves. So as we continue to reinforce ourselves, this list continues to get crossed off. And this is just using something very, very simple. Where we're looking at challenges, we're looking at triumphs, and we're using our triumphs as the antidote, as the love to clearing away everything pertaining to challenges. And this is getting you set up for BCR technique. This is getting you set up for cord removal healing, because you always know that there's a solution. The solution does not have to be logical. It's not a logical solution. It's about how you feel. That's why I've put a heart here, right? I'm not putting a logical brain in this area. I'm talking about your heart. When you are healing yourself from inside, the heart is all you need. It's not about the logical, physical brain. You got to remember that. So no matter how many challenges you got down this list, you're able to scrub every single one of them out with the triumphs that you have been able to notate at the same time. So I got those 2 columns, and it runs down the list. Whether I have a physical notebook, whether I have a tablet or a phone, doesn't matter. So this is getting you set up where you are now easily dissolving every problem that comes your way. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm sick with a cold. Okay, so sick with a cold. Of course, I get worried about, oh my God, is it a bad fever? Is it a bad disease? Oh no, what's happening? I got a bad cold. But then again, I just look at my triumphs. Okay, if the triumphs aren't good enough, if there's still some left, then I'm going to look at the opposite. Do I remember a time when I felt just so wonderfully, radiantly healthy? Like I could just breathe in the fresh air and I felt like nothing could touch me. I just felt like I had this impenetrable immune system, right? And if that doesn't fall in memory, then that's something I'm imagining, right? I'm imagining it and I'm still putting it in with my triumphs. I feel radiant health. I feel radiant wellness. And I'm just staying in that frequency. I'm staying in the frequency of wellness and radiant health. I'm thinking about it. I'm just closing my eyes. I give myself a few minutes. I'm just focusing on that. And then after those few minutes, I feel so much better. I don't even care about this anymore because I'm already feeling better. I've spent the last few minutes in meditation where I felt radiantly healthy because that's now in my triumphs. And I've cleared it away. So what this is doing is this is going to help you over time to realize that whenever a challenge arises, you are reprogramming yourself to immediately think of your triumphs. This is what this lasting impression will do on you. And it will shrink down the ego. It'll shrink down the challenges. It'll shrink down the outside claw that's trying to gnaw at you and grab you and do horrible things. Because you're constantly recollecting on things that are impairing you. But as you're spending more time working with your triumphs, working with your power, working with the heart, it's just going to be so natural. Okay, I'm thinking about this. Wait. Even before I even need to write anything down, I've already got the triumph that will completely nullify the challenge. Just like that. So we get into the habit of firstly creating this list, creating these 2 columns. And now we do that day by day by day by day. Like I said, that warms us up to the BCR technique. That warms us up to cord removal healing. But it's also a standalone thing as well too. It's just called the Challenges Triumphs List. It's very similar to like what we do in BCR technique, where we're writing down how's my physical body feeling right now? How's my emotional body feeling right now? How's my mental body feeling right now? And I'm just writing down these things. And the triumph is me going into the reinforcement space and bringing in all that love energy, looking at filling myself up with the antidote of love energy, of my strength, of my compassion, of my joy, of my happiness, and watching all of those things vanish. What the triumphs is attempting to do, and what the love energy is attempting to do, is it's helping you to see the bigger picture. This is not the bigger picture. These are crumbs. These are jigsaw puzzle pieces. And we focus so much on the little jigsaw puzzle pieces that we completely forget what the big picture is all about. None of these things, does not matter what you have, you could have 1,000,000 of these things down here. None of these things will ever be the big picture. They will only be the puzzle piece. You're only looking at very tiny fragments of the puzzle pieces of the large picture. And what the triumphs are doing is they're helping you obliterate this. The triumphs are taking out the challenges. That's their job. Don't see the puzzle piece. See the big picture instead. This is like the right brain. It's helping you to see the bigger picture of everything. So again, it's helping you to look at the triumphs, an aspect, with another aspect to nullify the problem altogether. It's like the forces and the counterforces, okay? So the triumphs are the counterforces. The challenges are the dark forces, you could say, right? The out of harmony, out of touch forces. And we're using the counterforces, the triumphs, to nullify this so that that becomes this whole board. It becomes the big picture. That's what these things are doing. So here's the dark force, here's the counterforce, right? So it is nullifying everything, representing that illusionary, outside, separate self force. That's being annihilated. So that all that remains is the big picture, which means you just feel so completely at peace. I've been doing this, Brad, for weeks, for a couple of months now, and I feel amazing. I feel so much better. And I say, good, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Has it become habitual to you yet? Because we're using this as a habit to eliminate old habits. It's a habit that eliminates older habits because you're constantly catching. You're catching. And that's where the big challenge overall is. You have to remember to catch your problems. So many of us let it slide. We let our problems slide. Say, oh, it's no big deal. I'll just let it go. No, no. If you're doing this, you got to keep in touch about what the challenge is. Don't let anything slide. It does not matter if it's minor. Okay? Or even some people say, oh, it's a major thing, but I don't know. I don't want to deal with it right now. Nope. You're giving up. So we want to be aware of this altogether. So use this exercise, challenges and triumphs, as you work together with living from the inside, slowly dissolving the ego altogether. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new Body Deck Special Edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.